Today was it was an amazing experience. As college athletes, sometimes we think we face adversity, whether it's with on the field or off the field in schoolwork. And when you go into a place like that, a place like Kosair, you kind of realize that, I mean, you can't even comprehend some of the adversity those kids and those families are going through. And it's a truly humbling experience. And when you see guys like Chris Munty take the shirt off of his back for a kid who just says his shirt's cool, that's the only reason needed, to take his shirt off his back and give it to this kid. And that's just one prime example of what's going on at Spalding right now. Yeah, we're competitive, we're here to win, but we're also here to help out in the community a lot.
Today we got a great opportunity to go to Kosair Children's Hospital and meet with some of the patients. Probably my favorite part about the day, we went and talked to a little boy named Andrew, and he's a pretty funny kid. We were chatting with him for a little while, and he promised us that we would have good karma for the rest of the year if he could get one of our jackets. So, I mean, I stepped right up, gave him my jacket, didn't hesitate, and probably made that kid's day. I sure felt really good about it, and hopefully it gives us some pretty good luck for the rest of the year. Just the whole experience just kind of makes me feel thankful about everything that I have, and just a great experience.
Going to Kosair today was a lot of fun. We got to meet a lot of different people, a lot of different kids. One kid in particular, his name was Cody. He was born with his umbilical cord wrapped around his neck. He has this disorder where he has to think about all the different movements he has to make. He can't just do it like everyone else. So it took him like 3 minutes just to move his arm a couple inches, which was really humbling. And even more humbling was his mom. She was just so positive about the whole experience. She told us that he was an inspiration. She told us that we were an inspiration, and it just it made me feel good, and I just loved the whole experience.
Recently, I had the opportunity to go to Kosair Children's Hospital and meet with some kids there, and the way it impacted me, it made me feel grateful for the life that I have. One kid that really stood out to me was Hayden. He was our last kid that we visited. Just to go in there and his family feeling happy that we got the chance to come see him, the smile on his face that's what made the whole trip. I really connected with the kid because he loves baseball, and when I was a kid I loved baseball. Is the most thing that stood out to me, but ended up with soccer. But again, just the smile on the kids' faces is what made it worthwhile.
Having the chance to volunteer at the Children's Hospital impacted me a lot. Seeing these patients just the way they are but still have smiles just made me happy. And as soon as we walked in, and just to be able to share some comments with them and ask them some questions, got their mind of what their illness was or what their why they were in there. So seeing that, cheered me up inside, and I know it cheered up all the men that went and the coaches. One patient that impacted me, her name was Katie. As soon as we got to the door, she had stuffed animals. I remember Tony being the turtle. She just started laughing and smiling when we asked about him. And it was just, that is something that inspires me to be a doctor. It's just to see people be happy with their illness and just fighting it. Going forward, as I'm going to be a doctor, this showed me another side of medicine. Also I want to be a surgeon, so seeing I won't be able to see those children just like that. I will be able to see them, but not after they get good or after they recover. So be able to do it now is just cheered my life up and moving forward. Thank you.
Spending time today at Kosair was a big inspiration for me. Got to walk around, talk to a lot of kids. One that really stood out to me was a 3-week-old boy named Anakin. He was in a red line isolation room, which means there's a strip of red line on the ground that you can't walk by to go see him without being completely covered from head to toe in a mask and a suit and everything. And it's just a real inspiration for these kids to grow up with these deathly illnesses and to just keep on pushing forward. And that just makes me more thankful for every day. It makes me thankful for my parents, for the life I was given, that I get to come out here, Seneca Park, Champions Trace, play soccer, play the game that I love with my friends, families, and teammates.
I think today going and visiting the children at Kosair really makes us realize how lucky we have it in life and to cherish the life that we live. And it's just unbelievable to see their smiles on their face. And I want to give an example of this girl named Presley. And unfortunately, we couldn't walk into the room to visit her. We had to stay behind the red line. But before we even walked up to her to see her, just right when she caught a glimpse of us, she would just wave and smile. And it makes me realize her being able to be that happy in the Kosair's hospital can make us cherish the life that we live and that we will continue to live today.
It's really something special to go out to Kosair and visit those kids that just love visitors, and they just love people to come and see them and talk to them. And one kid that really inspired me was Jacob. He's actually a soccer player, and he knew that we were coming. He just really wanted us in his room, so we put on those masks and went into his room and asked him all about soccer and who his favorite player was. He said Messi. We all said our favorite players, and it was just good to talk to him and just speak with him.